Do you remember when standard Magic the Gathering sets were absolute trash? Hometown TCG remembers. Stay tuned. As quarter one of 2023 comes to a close, Magic the Gathering is about to enter what might be its most interesting timeline. But looking back on the previous couple months and how 2023 kicked off and has been going so far, it seems to all be about the standard release. The standard release is doing extremely well, and if you were to tell me near the end of 2022 that standard releases are going to carry early 2023 in Magic the Gathering and not just flop all over the place, frankly, I would have told you were crazy. But I think Wizards of the Coast has really turned a corner when it comes to standard sets, and this does come with some consequences. So today we're going to talk about the consequences of printing affordable and high-quality Magic the Gathering product. And it really starts with the product itself and the design of the product. I've given Wizards of the Coast a lot of props for their design here on the channel, and I know Brothers War, let's get this out of the way, Brothers War was technically the end of 2022, but I'm going to include it in this discussion. It really seems like Wizards of the Coast design has turned a corner when it comes to designing the box, what you can pull out of the box, and also the playable cards across multiple formats. Wizards of the Coast is doing a great job. Looking at Brothers War, not only are we seeing cards making impact on Modern and Pioneer with tons of chase cards in the box that people seem to want, but it is a Commander player's dream, and that's only going to continue into March of the Machine. Through Phyrexia, all will be one. Now, March of the Machine is interesting. It really kind of puts on blast and on Front Street that standard Magic product is just a Commander product. I've said it on this channel before, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it seems to be doing well for their standard set releases, and the community as a whole really seems to like it. Now, Phyrexia All Will Be One is kind of an outlier here, and Brothers War might exist here too. The flavor of the set, the Phyrexians revisiting this ancient battle, is a theme that the players really enjoy, and while Wizards of the Coast has stated they're not going back to block printing, like this theme that we enjoy really seems to sell sets well. Again, we saw this back with Kamigawa, and the antithesis of this, we saw the Streets of New Capenna, I argue was a great set with wonderful design and tons of cards to play, but people just didn't really like the theme. But what does all this have to do with how Magic's selling and what it means for regular enthusiasts like you and me? Well, selling regular products like this has consequences, and most of them, frankly, are good. We don't feel the pressure to spend excess money on these more expensive premium product. I said in the video on the channel yesterday that I think Wizards of the Coast has really narrowed down and kind of started to figure out their print runs, and what that means is they will be printing less boxes, and when they print less boxes, they're going to have to make that money somewhere. They are a company, and we see the prices of these premium products going up. Well, with standard and regularly priced Magic the Gathering products being of such high quality, regular people like you and me don't feel the need to FOMO in to these premium sets. Otherwise, maybe there's nothing for us in 2023. It feels like there is this backbone that we can rely on of standard release sets where we can buy regularly priced product and really get a lot of enjoyment out of that, play those cards in almost all of our decks, and have fun with the hobby that we've come to love. We don't necessarily have to save up $400 for, the premium set booster box just to feel like we got something out of Magic in 2023. And the counterpoint to that, or not counterpoint, I guess the relationship that goes alongside that, I very rarely miss my words here, is that game stores have something consistent to sell. When the game store model, when your local game store and min-max games, their whole concept is like, we have to hit big on all the premium sets throughout the year, that means in that downtime, in those big windows, they really have nothing on the shelf. And according to the sales data that I've been tracking on TCG Player, it looks like these standard sets are continuing to sell pretty well past the point of release. With Magic's rapid release cycle, we often see sales diminish and dip to very low numbers after release as we prepare for the next thing. But standard sets, Brothers War, Phyrexia, and again, this is an assumption on March of the Machine as we enter that era, I think are going to continue to sell well. So stores always have something on the shelf to sell that people actually want, right? It's something that people want to get their hands on, want to go into their game store, and want to play. And I do want to, before I close out the video today, piggyback on that idea that premium sets do feel a little bit less important. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Premium sets were always meant to kind of target maybe a niche of the Magic the Gathering audience, or do something so broad where it's like, hey, this is something that a majority of our audience has experienced, so we want to give this, the biggest sale opportunity. So either they went one of two directions. They're targeting hard niche, or they're going so wide that they're trying to, cast as big of a net as possible. But I really think that these sets are feeling less important. Now, as we transition into Lord of the Rings and Commander Masters, we might be proven wrong. But Lord of the Rings kind of showed us we're going to have this thematic set that the community is hyped about and people outside of the Magic community are really stoked about, but doesn't necessarily carry the power level where a regular fan or enthusiast feels like, oh my gosh, I have to get in on this. I maybe buy a couple singles and have that and have a like Lord of the Rings, maybe I play some limited, but there doesn't really seem that need to like go hard into this set. And Commander Masters is an all reprint set, and that carries with it its own drama. And I think next week I'm going to talk about the fact that Commander Masters is a reprint set and why that might not bode well. So if you want to hear stuff about Commander Masters, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. But I really think that these premium sets kind of feeling premium again and the regular fan having something quality to fall back on has been great for Magic in 2023. But I want to hear what you think. Do you think this trend is going to continue? We are going to get Eldraine later this year, which might fall into that category of stuff fans are just crazy hyped about and loved. I want to know what you think about standard sets versus premium sets, how Q1 of 2023 has gone so far. Let me know in the comments section below. Again, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like the vibe around here. Thank you so much for hanging out. This is the morning. I actually got to get to work. So until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. We'll see you. Goodbye.